Hi, welcome to Healthy Living. I'm Amy Bouton with St. Tammany Health System, and on today's Healthy Living, we are going to talk about November, which is Lung Cancer Awareness Month. And St. Tammany Health System this year is having our inaugural Lung Cancer Awareness Month, St. Tammany United in Pearl. So to kind of highlight some interesting things about that Awareness Month, educational opportunities, screening opportunities, and prevention tips. We're going to talk to three people today. So our first guest today is Dr. Gordon Wadge. He is a hematologist oncologist, and we're happy to have him join us here today. Welcome, Dr. Wadge.
All right, thank you, Amy. I'm happy to be here.
Good, thank you so much. So tell people a little bit about you and what you do.
So I'm one of the medical oncologists within the Ochsner system, and I see both patients with cancer and patients with blood disorders over at the Ochsner Cancer Center in Covington.
Okay, so we had a recent announcement in June of this year about a partnership with St. Tammany Cancer Center, a campus of Ochsner Medical, Ochsner Health System, and MD Anderson. So we want to talk a little bit about that partnership and what that means to not only our patients, but also to clinicians like yourself. So.
Oh, sure. So the MD Anderson and St. Tammany and Ochsner partnership has been about 2 years in the running as far as getting established, and so the partnership, and MD Anderson's it's a perfect partner for us in this region. They're kind of the gold standard. They are the gold standard within the region, and so to be able to partner up with them is very helpful with the cancer care in the region. And so a lot of the behind the scenes work has been updating the Ochsner Cancer Center and St. Tammany with the protocols and practices that the MD Anderson group provides, and so instituting that as part of our workflow.
So all of that, when you talk about 2 years in the running, that's part of the process, correct? Updating all those standards and things like that.
Right. So when Ochsner and MD Anderson initially started to collaborate, there were different things that the MD Anderson group felt that we needed to upgrade and update. And so during that 2-year period, Ochsner was upgrading protocols and some of the practices to reach that MD Anderson standard. And so once they were able to kind of reach that point, they decided that the partnership was something that they wanted to announce to the.
Okay. So the St. Tammany Cancer Center, campus of Ochsner Medical Center, is the pinnacle of cancer care here on the North Shore already. And this partnership, can you tell people as patients who might receive care there, or people who know people who need care that might come to St. Tammany Cancer Center, how is this transformational for the Cancer Center?
Yeah, so with the MD Anderson partnership, we've instituted these multidisciplinary approach, and so we have a lot of physicians from different expertise and different specialties that collaborate together in the care of cancer patients. We have tumor boards where we sit down and discuss individual cases, and that's part of the MD Anderson model. And so that's been very helpful in getting everyone together to discuss patient cases all at once.
So multidisciplinary care, for someone who may not be familiar with the term or who doesn't understand necessarily what that means, you describe some of the components of that, the tumor board and collaboration. So if someone comes in and they are diagnosed with cancer, it's not just Dr. Wadge in the room saying, okay, this is what we're going to do, the end. There's a little more to it than that. Can you kind of describe the multidisciplinary approach kind of step by step?
Sure. So when the Cancer Center was built and it was envisioned, it was thought of as a way of incorporating all the different specialties under one house, and that includes medical oncologists, radiation oncologists, the thoracic surgeon, the surgical oncologist, and various other specialties. With patients that come through the clinic, we're able to have them see all the different providers within a multidisciplinary approach all on the same day or around the same time to really expedite their care and to get an opinion from all the different providers that would be involved.
So that's a collaboration under one roof, and at the same time benefiting the patient. You have that collaboration, but you also have sort of a lifting of a little bit of the stressor of having to go from this place to this place to this place. So it's all in one spot, basically.
Correct. I think before the Cancer Center was created, we had all these specialties here in the North Shore, but patients would have to go from location to location to see all the different experts. And so this really provides ease of access for our patients.
And I guess it opens the lines of communication a little more. Would that be fair to say?
Oh, yes, that's correct. I mean, I think we have a very good working relationship with all the other physicians in the clinic, and we'll often discuss cases even before patients come into the building, so that we're all in agreement of the plan moving forward.
Can you describe the tumor board a little bit? What exactly is that?
So there's multiple different tumor boards that we have during the week. We have thoracic tumor board, GI tumor board, and what we do is we sit down with both the medical oncologist, the radiation oncologist, the surgeons that would be involved, as well as the radiologists, the ones that read the imaging, and we all discuss the cases, all the intricacies of each individual patient, and then we have the input on all the different providers of what's the best approach, whether we should start with one modality of treatment versus another.
Okay, so as an oncologist, hematologist, oncologist, you've probably been doing this for a long time. How does MD Anderson now fit into this? I know we talked about all the things that have come together, but integrating them into what we have already been doing, how do they fit in?
So the MD Anderson physicians have instituted protocols and practices that we now institute, meaning that there's certain patients that we necessitate going through these tumor boards based on certain criteria. We also have access to trials. We have state-of-the-art trials for individual patients based on their cases. We also have access to technologies to help our patients. We also have access to the MD Anderson's physicians themselves. So if we have very unique cases that require a high degree of expertise, we have direct access to some of their physicians to discuss individual cases.
Okay, so that's another open line of communication and yet another collaboration.
Correct, and me personally, I find that very helpful with very specific cases.
So as a patient, let's talk about the patient who's coming to the cancer center. What would you say this means for care on the North Shore, cancer care on the North Shore now?
Yes, I think we had very good cancer care prior to the MD Anderson partnership, but I think this really helps increase and sets the bar on the North Shore. So I really do think that it has really improved care and access and allows patients to get all that treatment closer to home. They don't have to worry about travel. Everything is here local.
And so real quick, we're coming to the end of our segment, but I want you to say, as a clinician, what does that mean to you as the provider of cancer care, this partnership and this facility?
So yes, I mean the facility has been great. I mean it's been a great place to work and collaborate with all of our different partners. It gives us an extra level of comfort knowing that if there is a very difficult case that doesn't fit, we would say, the textbook, that there's always somebody else that we have access to collaborate with and get their opinion.
Well, I certainly appreciate you coming on with us today, Dr. Waj, and thank you for your perspective on the partnership and on what it means for patients and for providers like yourself. So thank you for being here. And everyone, please stay tuned because we're coming back. We're coming back with Missy Moore, and she's going to talk about pulmonary rehab. So we will be right back.